Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru X Harem, Regret and Returning into the Past. By peaches0531. Chapter 8. I will bring Benimaru, Shiin, Hakuro and some goblin riders. Rigard and Miyano, you two will manage the village affairs and follow the instructions given by Seal while we're subduing the Orc army. Shuna will be staying also and continue to do clothing production along with Shiz. I want to help. Shizu responded with a determined face. Are you sure, Shizu-san? Rimuru confirmed her. Yes, this is also my home and I want to help protect it, so please let me come. Raiga. Yes, my lord, appeared from Rimuru's shadow. You will protect Shizu-san in the upcoming counterattack and reside in her shadow. As you command, my lord, while wagging his tail. Yush. That ends this meeting. After the meeting, Rimuru sent Sue to negotiate with the Lizardman's chieftain, while the rest were ordered to make weapons and armors for the upcoming battle. Rimuru could just create it without effort but decided not to, so that his subordinates can gain experience and have stronger bonds. Trainee returned to the dwelling to help monitor the orcs' movement. The ogres this time were less furious because they've avoided the orcs and just agreeing to what I have planned out. After a week of preparations, Rimuru sets off together with the selected Kijins and the goblin riders to start the counterattack. Rimuru-sama. What is it, Sue? I can see a lizard man that seems to be fighting one of the orc army's general. Should I go and help? Yes, you can engage and ask her about the situation. We will arrive soon. And Rimuru cuts of communication. After Rimuru arrives in the Lizardman's territory, Sue explained that the Lizardman earlier was the chieftain's daughter and Gabiru's brother, and that Gabiru had overthrown the chieftain and is battling against the orcs at the moment. Rimuru promised to save the Lizardmen and sets off to deal with the orcs. We've arrived in the battlefield, saying Gabiru and his men getting cornered. Rimuru and Seal already went to this battlefield hours before the Lizardman clash with the orcs and casted a barrier to prevent the souls from escaping. Rimuru is planning to revive those who have died in battle, not just the orcs but also the Lizardman. Activates thought communication. Seal, is everything ready? Less than yes, master. I have analyzed the surrounding area near the battlefield. There are 4 individuals that monitoring the battle. Greater than. Cut their surveillance. Seal, we don't want to change Clayman's scheme. It might alert Michael and Feldway. If Yuki notices us, they might make their move earlier. Less than yes, master. I have also finished giving the specific task for the feast that master instructed. Greater than. Okay, Seal, I leave everything there to you. The reason why Rimuru wants Clayman's schemes to be the same like in the past timeline is possible because Seal confirmed that in order to get the missing page of Akashic records, Velda's ego need to be matured enough, and starts to believe that he is Veldanaba because a part of Velda is the missing part of Akashic records. On the other side of the orb, 4 beings was enjoying watching their so-called puppet demon lord. After a while, the orb focuses on the arrival of some Kijins and what seems to be leading them. Silver blue hair, golden round eyes that can see through anything with infinite depths, and with skin looking smoother than porcelain. As the orb monitoring the battle, slowly zooming into the girl, boy, they were confused and got a little bit of shocked, except for Milam. On their point of view, the boy, girl stared at them back and gave a smile like he can see them through the orb. It gave the 3 shivers, and suddenly after that the orb turns dark. It's those damn Kijins doing. That's why there was ogres left in that village when the orcs arrived. They must have migrated and some even evolve, said Clayman. Carrion and Frey just stayed quiet after a few moments of silence. Wahahaha. This interesting Noda, and Milam rushed to go to the window. Where are you going, Milam? Asked Frey. I will go visit that blue-haired guy when I get my chance. Noda, he looks fun. Noda. Milam, don't forget we have a non-aggression pact with Jura Forest, Clayman reminded her. We can just ignore the pact. Noda, Veldor is already missing. Noda, I can do anything I want. Noda, wahahaha. You do have a point, Clayman answered her as if agreeing with her and while planning out something on what to do next. I will be leaving first. Noda. Frey, Carrion, Clayman, don't interfere with my visit there. Noda flies. Wahahaha. After that she flew away back to the battle. Hakuro and Shiin goes to help the cornered Gabiru and the other Lizardman, while Benimaru has been casting multiple hellflares. Sue and the goblin riders are left to protect the Lizardman on their throne room. Rimuru-san, I'll go now. And Shizu started rushing into the battlefield, slashing and burning orcs in her path. After a few several minutes along with Shizu and the Kijins they started getting the advantage, but not long after Geldai, the Orc Lord appeared and started rushing towards Shizu. Surprisingly she's fighting equally with the Orc Lord, sometimes even getting some connecting hits when Shizu was about to make flash combos on the Orc Lord. "It's you. You're the one spoiling my plans, you little bitch," shouted Gelmud angrily. "Who are you?" asked Shizu. Throws her sword and pulled out a saber from her waist. Wasn't Shizu-sans using a sword just now? Why did she change into a saber? It's not just an ordinary saber though, it's in mythical class. Less than answer. After analyzing Shizu Izawa, I have prepared a proper training for her that suits her the most, and according to my conclusion after multiple test fights with her, she's most compatible with a saber greater than. So that's why every time when we don't have something to do, Seal spends most of her time with Shizu-san. What about the weapon? I think I already know where she got that from. Less than it's a token of our joint cooperation for my upcoming big plans. Kufufufu greater than. See Seal? What did you say? Did I hear it right? Less than it's just your imagination greater than. See, even when you use that killer word you're flustered. Less than negative greater than. I want to know and give me an explanation. What, big plans? Less than it's just your imagination greater than. Cuts off thought acceleration. I can't win when it comes to Seal, and when I get her cornered sometimes she just cuts me off. Sigh. I am Gelmud and is serving one of the 10 great demon lords, Clayman Sama. I don't know about that demon lord Clayman you're talking about, but you're the cause of this war. I'm going to end you here and now. Then Shizu dashed towards Gelmud using her flash strikes that she learned from Seal. She was dominating the battle with Gelmud several minutes later. Orc Lord. No, Geld, help me kill this bitch, Gelmud ordered. Swoosh. Just like in the past timeline, Geldai cuts Gelmud's head off with a clean swing and started consuming him. Wah! I am Orc Disaster Gelmud and I will devour all in this world. Realizing the situation that the Orc Disaster is born, the Kijins started to rush to aid Shizu. Benimaru launched Hell Flare to the Orc Disaster, but it was ineffective because it was immune to fire. Shion and Hakuro dashed to the both sides of the Orc Disaster and cuts an arm each, and Shizu dashed and used flash strikes causing multiple holes in the Orc's Disaster body, but due to its fast regeneration the one of the Orcs offered himself to the Orc Disaster to be devoured. The Orc Disaster didn't hesitate and just devours its brethren alive one by one. They offered themselves after devouring the sacrificial Orcs. All the damage caused by the Kijins and Shizu regenerated. Should I step in now? Rimuru murmured to himself. Rimuru was about to step in, but Shizu started glowing. Less than notice. Shizu Izawa's hero's egg is starting to crack and is starting to evolve into a true hero greater than. Less than Shizu Izawa ascension into true hero successful greater than. That was fast. Is that normal? Less than answer. The hero's egg that's in Shizu Izawa is much more pure and powerful because it was from Master itself compared to natural hero's egg greater than. Seal saying those like it's normal. Less than obtained ultimate skill. Flame God Helios requesting override voice of the world in the name of Mana's Seal. I command you to evolve Helios greater than. Request from superior receive. Request accepted. Initializing. Failed. This goes on and on for thousands of times through thought acceleration, which is only a couple of seconds in real time. Requesting to sacrifice unique skill degeneration to evolve Flame God Helios. Less than accepted greater than successful. Obtained ultimate skill. Goddess of Lighting Astrape. Obtained unique skill. Melter Hestia. After becoming a true hero, Shizu sharded, emitting her true hero's haki. The Kijins noticed the situation and retreated to my side. Prepare to die, the Orc roared. The Orc Disaster charged into Shizu. Before collision she disappeared and reappeared on top of the Orc Disaster. She has lighting wings on the right and on the left. Is fire, and her saber started to melt, forming into a whip made out of mixed lighting and lava. 1000. Apergia. After shouting those words her saber like whip strikes with great speed, faster than the speed of sound. The strikes were so fast that it looked like a nuclear was dropped from the sky. The only difference It's made of thousands of strikes in a mere second, hitting the orc disaster faster than its self-regeneration. In a flash its body turned into cinders, leaving only his head behind because of that attack, but Shizu limited the strikes that would hit the orc disaster. The ground surrounding the orc disaster turned into lava with a 10-kilometer radius. All the orcs that was within range turned into cinders. Rimuru casted a barrier to the Kijins so they won't get caught in the attack. Rimuru-san, you can take it from here, Shizu-san shouted. I teleported in front of the head, which is the only remains of Geldai, orc disaster, and told him like in the past time I devoured him with a promise of devouring also his brethren's sins. Seal do it. After that I revived all the orcs and lizardman on the battlefield, creating body mediums to those that got destroyed by Shizu-san and Kijins. Like in the past timeline, the Lizardman pledged their alliance to me and named the chieftain Abaru. This time the ogres and Lizardman agreed on my plan easily of taking in the orcs because there were no casualties on both sides. I named Geld and the 4 orc generals that was part of the army that I revived: Rock, Golik, Yambel and Guro. The after Geld I like in the past timelinethus I became again the counselor of the Jura Forest Alliance. After returning to the village we had a feast that Seal managed, and not long after Gabiru was cast from his tribe. Surprisingly, in the past timeline Gabiru lost thousands of subordinates before I arrived. Now we have 1,500 dragon newts. Excluding Gabiru and his 3 close friends followed the lizardman that is Gabiru's sister. I named her Soka. Just like before, they joined the espionage team under Sue, and the orc numbers are the most changed compared to the last timeline. There are now 180,000 orcs. I guess now we can have faster constructions because of these numbers. I named all of the 180,000 orcs along with the 1,500 dragon newts using CL's auto naming. If this was me before, I don't know if I had enough magicule for years just naming them. Thus the improvements comes to future Tempest.